Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. We just got finished with early access for Wilds of Eldraine, and it was absolutely insane. So surreal. We expected to do a 12-hour stream, and I ended up going for 24 hours straight. The entire time that the server was turned on for early access, I was streaming. I did not stop. I did not sleep. I probably need some sleep, but before that, I want to make sure I get this deck out to you guys. I've got about 10 or 12 decks coming the next 10 or 12 days straight. Every single day, you're going to get a new deck tech upload. We went over some crazy stuff on early access. Half the stuff that we built, I haven't seen anybody else trying to use during the early access stream, and we did some crazy stuff. So I'm really excited for you guys to see these decks. Look forward to it. Before we get to today's deck, I just want to give a huge shout out to my patrons over at patreon.com/quarantinedcapricorn. Now that's Yuck Foozy, Squirrel, Noah Vincent, and Brittany at the Brew Crew Elite tier, and then of course our forever CPU savior, Terrence Rohrbach. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all that you've contributed. If anyone's interested in how they can help out the channel, please check out the Patreon, because there's some very cool perks over there that are available to you, and I would appreciate it greatly. Now, this deck is called Dueling Fates, and the idea behind it is to take the adventure mechanic that's returning from Eldraine that we already know is super busted from the first Eldraine set, and trying to make the best, most busted, best brew that can make use of these adventures possible. And we're doing that by revisiting an idea from last season where we're using Rocco Street Chef and Nia Pilar, and this time we've got some ridiculous adventure synergies, and the deck absolutely delivers. So we're gonna check that out, but before we get to that, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We're already blowing past, what, 2,300 subscribers? You guys have been amazing, but every single like, every sub, every comment really helps the video get out to that many more people. So make sure you like this video, please. I love you forever. Just do it, and I appreciate you, and thank you. Also, catch me Monday through Friday streaming live on Twitch so you can get a sneak peek behind the scenes of what I do. That's twitch.tv/quarantinedcapricorn, because if I'm alive and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm streaming. Let's do this. Alright, so this deck is insane. It's based off a premise called Power Couple for a deck I put up on YouTube last season. It was one of the last decks actually that I put up, and the idea was to get as much value off of Rocco Street Chef and Pia Nalaar as possible. Both of those cards give you value when you play things from Exile, and Rocco gives you value when your opponent plays things from Exile. So everything in the deck is trying to play from Exile or force your opponent to play from Exile. And because Wilds of Eldraine has adventures back, we have tons of insane, powerful, just value-driven adventures that just mesh perfectly with that concept, because when you use an adventure, the creature card, or whatever's on the backside of the adventure, not backside, but you know what I mean, goes into Exile, and then you can play it from Exile, which is going to trigger Rocco Street Chef, give you a counter and a food token. It's going to trigger Pia Nalaar and give you a 1/1 Thopter, and it can just get really super nutty. The best card of the bunch, and I think this is one of the best cards in the set, I would definitely say top 10, probably top 5, Questing Druid. So the creature side is 1 green and 1 for a 1/1, and whenever you cast a spell that's not green, well, it can be green, it just has to be another color as well. Anything that's white, blue, black, or red, you put a counter on it. Everything. And since most of the cards in this deck are 2-for-1s, it's 2 spells in 1 card because there's tons of adventures, or there's ways for cards to dig into more cards. This thing grows super fast. But that's not all. It's got Seek the Beast. 1 red and 1 for an instant. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until your next end step, you may play those cards. So if you play this instant on your opponent's turn, you can actually untap and use all your mana to play the 2 cards. It's crazy. Having 2 more cards to play from Exile, with those cards most likely being things that are then going to snowball and allow you to play even more things from Exile, like adventures and some of the other stuff in this deck, it just gets absolutely out of hand super fast. Another absolute insane MVP in this deck, and one that I think's underestimated by a lot of the community, is Virtue of Loyalty. This is 2 white and 3 for an enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Untap those creatures. So not only are your creatures growing every single turn, but they're also untapping, so they can swing in every turn and not even care, which is really good with Invasion of Gobakhan. We can hit their key card out of their hand early, put the invasion on the field to swing into, and we don't care that we're swinging in. If it's turn 5 and we've played Virtue of Loyalty, we're getting counters off of Gobakhan, flipping it, and then Light Shield Array's protecting our team while Virtue of Loyalty's untapping them all so that they can block and make them bigger. It gets absolutely absurd. We get to cast an adventure for this enchantment, Ardent Vale Fealty. As an instant, 1 white and 1, create a 2/2 White Knight creature token with Vigilance. So that's essentially a 2/2 Vigilance flash creature for 2 mana, which is insanely on rate as it is. So having this Virtue of Loyalty just as a free thing that sits off to the side, that you're not going to play it while you're curving out most of the time, but it's just there as extra value. It's almost like a companion in a way, where most companions, like 2/3 of the time you didn't even use them, but they were there so that if the game dragged out, you had this extra value where when your opponent's out of gas, now you win. And Virtue of Loyalty acts the same way. It's just crazy. So, and also when we, obviously since it's an adventure, when we play the Virtue of Loyalty itself from Exile, we're going to trigger our Rocco and our Pia Nalaar. But the Gobakhan, whatever it hits and removes from their hand, when they replay it, they're going to trigger our Rocco. And when we crack the Gobakhan and are finally able to flip it into Light Shield Array, it actually counts as us playing a spell from Exile, even though it's free. So just playing the free Light Shield Array on its backside is going to also trigger Rocco and Pia Nalaar. There's just so much ridiculousness. At the bottom of the curve, we've got Mishra's Research Desk, because it lets us hit multiple cards and play multiple cards from Exile. Same with Experimental Synthesizer, lets us play multiple cards from Exile, get all the triggers. Experimental Synthesizer is cool because we're running Soul Partition as our removal of choice, where we can out-tempo our opponent, get rid of their stuff, force them to have to replay it, and get triggers on our Rocco again, and just get way ahead. Or we can use it to save our own stuff if they're trying to kill it. Or we can use it on an adventure creature so that we can recast the adventure creature. Or we can use it on Experimental Synthesizer. When Experimental Synthesizer leaves the battlefield, it doesn't matter if it dies or not. If it just leaves for any reason, you get to exile the top card again. So just removing it with Soul Partition gets you a card to play. And then you can replay the Synthesizer and get another card to play. And then when it eventually leaves again, you get another card to play. It just gets crazy. Another new card, which is absolutely insane in this deck, is Heartflame Duelist. On its creature side, it is 1 white and 1 for a 3/1 human knight, and it makes it so your instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. That's not going to matter that much in this deck, but it will come up once in a while for the adventure side that's attached to this, which is Heartflame Slash. 1 red and 2 for an instant. It deals 3 damage to any target. So if you've already played a Heartflame Duelist earlier in the game and it's still around, when you get your second one and you play Heartflame Slash, you will gain some life there. It is some extra value, but it's mostly just removal and a body they have to deal with in the same guard. It's just insane. It's not as good as Bone Crusher Giant because it doesn't curve into itself, but it's still absolutely insane, and I think it's better than most people are giving it credit for because they're just stuck in their heads comparing it to Bone Crusher Giant, which is just MVP insanity. This is still like one of the better cards in the set and absolutely insane. Moving on to the 3-drop slot, we've got 3 Woodland Acolyte. It's so sick in this deck. Rocco, Pia Nalaar, Questing Druid, they all have huge targets on their head, and when they die, you can just cast the Adventure, Mend the Wilds for 1 green, put target permanent card from your graveyard on top of your library, get it back, keep things moving. But also then when you play the creature from Exile, not only are you getting your Exile triggers off of like Rocco and Neopolar, but you're drawing a card when you play this as well. So it's just, the entire deck is tons and tons of value. The mana base is very carefully crafted. We've got 4 Jetmir's Garden, 4 Razorverge Thicket, 2 Overgrown Farmland, 3 Sundown Pass, 4 Battlefield Forge, 2 Rockfall Vale, 1 Boseiju, 1 Sokenzan, 1 Eiganjo. The deck is absolutely insane. You're going to love it. Let's check out the games. Man, this is it. I'm keeping it. Alright, cheeky house mouse, coming to play. I guess we just play this so that we can play Pia Nalaar on 2. Do we want to play Pia Nalaar on 2? We might just want to Arden Vale Fealty, if I'm being completely honest. Screw it. We'll force him to have the removal. I mean, he does, the Lightning Strike. But we'll force him to spend his turn using it. Pass the turn. Now we can either Heartflame Slash or Arden Vale Fealty. Fealty might be better, because with Fealty we can also get back Pia Nalaar with the Acolyte. Unless he plays something with 3 toughness right now, in which case we'll kill it. Everything's getting crazy now. Alright, that's fine. Das ist fine. Let me think. Let's go. I mean, I kind of want to... No, we'll wait on that. Pass turn. We'll do it again. We want to save everything in Exile till after we have Pia Nalaar if we can help it. But if we Heartflame Duelist to kill one of the creatures this turn, next turn we can Pia Nalaar and play the Duelist and get a token off of the Pia, which might be worth it. Does he lose to play with fire? Yeah, so he has to use it. That's fine. No tax. We'll save it to trade with the house mouse. Swift Spear, sure. What else do you have for me? Lightning Strike for Pia. So do we trade the Duelist for the Swift Spear then? Probably. Yeah, we just have to reduce his board state to nothing. Till your next end step, you may play them. Okay. Okay. So I guess we'll just play you. And we'll pass the turn. And we have all the value in the world with these Questing Druids. Oh my god. Go ahead. Waste your Eiganjo on my silly little guy. It's fine. Questing Druid. Seek the Beast. Play the Questing Druid. Play the Gobakhan. Pass the turn. I mean, we'll let this house mouse through this one time. And we'll go to 6, because that druid's going to get mighty, mighty nasty. Alright. We're going to do Seek. And we're going to swing here. And we're going to play you and put another counter on the druid. Probably should have played this druid first, to be honest. But I want to hold some stuff up. It's my first game with it, so I'm doing things in the wrong order. This should have 2 counters on it. Sure. We need to gain some life. All he needs is one more Heartflame Duelist. And he's got none in the yard, which means they're all still in his deck. We'll start with a synthesizer. See what we can hit. A land. Play another synthesizer. See what we can hit. A land. Play the Virtue. And he has to block one of them or he's dead. And then the untap super matters here from the Virtue. Holy crap. Oh, this deck is so gross. We didn't even get a Rocco, and it's already gross. can swing in for 1. We can swing in for 2. He's not swinging in, though. Okay. Okay. We need cards. So we're gonna start with this. Soul Partition. Three mana left. Heartflame slash this man. Force him to have to block again. Deck's just gross. Nothing else to say about it. Oh god. Well, we did the thing. Deck's disgusting. This would be fine if we actually had an untapped land on 2. I designed my entire mana base around having enough untapped lands on land 2. But no, I still don't get it. I'm still gonna keep it because we're on the draw. We've got 2 chances to hit it. Hello, friend. Well, we failed miserably. Just wasting turns. Giving our opponent free time walks. Love it. I'm gonna literally murder the dogs. I think we hold up Virtue of Loyalty. Trade with the Frostbridge Guard. He's got an awful lot of tapping going on. Okay, it's better than killing it. So I waste one of your cards and get to still have a 2/2. That seems good. Let's play Rocco. Does he have a counterspell? No. Just another plunge. Which is fine. Your go, hillbilly. Casey kills Rocco. Better to have the counter left on this guy. Hilda of the Icy Crown. Well then. Well, we gotta play this so we can get our trigger, that's for sure. And then we got a Soul Partition. we'll use the Soul Partition on Hilda. And we'll swing in. Oh boy. We'll end the turn. Another land for us. That seems pretty good. Vindicator. That's going to be a problem. And even if we Soul Partition it, he has enough mana to replay it. Which means we kind of just need to race him. Let me think. Alright, play the land. He's gonna tap it. Sure. We're gonna Heartflame Slash this one. And then we gotta wait and Soul Partition the Vindicator. Seems fine. We also got to make sure we play this Heartflame Duelist before we use this Heartflame Slash. Killed his own Vindicator. What a madman. What an absolute mad lad. What an absolute mad lad. Alright, go to you. We just have an endless source of value. I can't believe he killed his own Vindicator. Like, that was his road to victory. Oh my god, dude. This is just silly. Seek the base. Play you. Play you. Play you. Pass turn. Discard a land. We just have endless value. If we can just keep leveraging it, we're fine. We're good. Alright, so we've got 5 mana left. We'll Acolyte. Draw a card. And then we'll go Soul Partition. You. And then we'll swing 5. Pretty strong. We have a billion foods. Really wish we had something to do with all those foods. Other than just sack them to gain life. Good grief. Just there's so much. Start with this. And we'll do this. Again. Then we'll do you. And then we'll go, you. Alright, so he has to chump block, but we also get to flip our Gobakhan. Which means we get another Rocco trigger and another Questing Druid trigger. Nope, he just takes it. Alright. There's the game. This looks wonderful. We're gonna keep it. I think part of the trick with this deck is figuring out when we should just hard cast the Questing Druid and when we should wait to play Seek the Beast. Like, do you think we should just play Questing Druid on 2? Because, like, the longer we wait, the more card advantage we get off playing the Adventure. But the sooner we get it out, the more triggers we get off the Druid. So it's kind of like... either way, we're sacrificing some form of value. I think the cards are more important than the big body, because I think the big body is just going to die to removal anyway. That's my thought process. Alright, we'll play Rocco. What kind of crazy token shenanigans is he going to try to do with 3 blind mice? Never. Never again. He has blind mice. He has blind mice. And wedding announcement. Is that the plan? Just lots of wedding announcement and 3 blind mice? Definitely seems like that's the plan. Let me think for a second here. We'll play Synthesizer. Oh, figures we hit a land. Figures we hit a land. Let's check out his hand. Ariette. You have no auras in play right now. Theros. Go for the throat. We'll take the potential chance that maybe, just maybe, he won't get the 4th land and won't be able to kill the Rocco. He can still put Cooped Up on it, but I am not worried about Cooped Up. Show me what you've got. Go for the throat on Rocco. Does still leave us with a 3/3 knight. Actually, it would end up being a 4/4 knight. Nope, not even gonna do it. We will try and take advantage of that. For sure. Let me think. Do some swingies. Because if he tries to blow me out and double up all of his blocking, or like quadruple blocks Rocco, we can get out of it with either Eiganjo or Heartflame Slash. Which I think is probably worth it. Probably gonna kill the Rocco. We're gonna do it that way. We're gonna play you out. We're gonna play you. And then we're gonna hold up Seek the Beast. And end the turn. We have another Rocco. So if he kills our first Rocco, it's kind of all good. +1/+1 in Vigilance. Is he trying to flip Invasion of Theros? Maybe? Twisted Embrace. Twisted Embrace. Kills the 4/4. Okay. We'll let you. That's fine. Because you played something from Exile, our Vigilance guy will be a 3/3. You only have 2 enchantments right now, so it does not have Indestructible. Now it's 4/4. Thank you, sir. Alright. Seek the Beast. Oh my god, another Rocco. Jeez Louise. Alright, we start with you. Then we play you. Hit a land. Do we Soul Partition Afara? It would let him find another aura, which I don't think I love. Fortunately, we don't have anything else we can play from Exile. So we would have to trade our knight with it. Let's just see where this goes. I don't think he wants to trade as Afara. Alright, we're going to end the turn. Depending on how the situation goes, we could Soul Partition the mouse, which makes the Twisted Embrace fall off and go to the graveyard, which puts him at one less enchantment for Afara, which could actually really matter. Or, if we don't need to do that, we can Seek the Beast with Questing Druid and just have a ton of value next turn. We might also need to Soul Partition one of our own guys, because he does have removal in his hand. Go for the throat. We'll let that resolve. Do we Soul Partition him? Or do we even care? I don't think we care. I think our board right now is so strong that we can just brute force our way to victory without having to leverage Rocco. Coop up. Sure. Oh, he's gonna be so mad. He's gonna be so mad. Soul Partition it. Unblock Afara. Get out of here, kid. Alright, Seek the Beast. Synthesizer. Oh, I should have played the Druid first. I'm a dummy. I was supposed to play the Druid first. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. More triggers. All the triggers. And the turn. That's a lot of triggers. That's how you play the game. Things are going well now, Squirrel. It took a little while to wind up and get things moving. Hexproof and indestructible. No. Daddy says no. Ariete of the Charmed Apple. That is a thing you can do. Let's Gobakhan. All the things. Virtue of Loyalty. Kaboomba. Kaboomba. Just all the value ever. I'm gonna keep this. Again, we have all tap lands because that's par of the course for Capricorn on early access day. No matter how much math he does. no matter how much math. Doesn't matter. Questing Druid. Do I kill it? What do you guys think? Well, he seems to think something. I think I'm going to start with this. I think he has to play 3 spells in order for me to not kill it with the Heartflame Slash next turn. And I don't think he's going to do that. Alright, we got some problems. This problem's name is Sheoldred. How do we deal with this problem? There's a couple ways we can do this. This is the first. You're just gonna take it. Well, aren't you a son of a bitch? That's not what I wanted you to do. End the turn. Lots of options here. I don't know why that put a counter on. That was green, right? Oh no, he used another one. It was the second one. I thought he was playing the first one from Exile. I was like, why is that putting a counter on the Questing Druid? That don't make sense. It's not swinging with Sheoldred. Interesting. Alright, we'll start with this then. And this. And draw. Play the Druid. Make a boy. Play the garden. Make a boy. I really want to use this Woodland Acolyte. I really wanna. I really wanna. It's just not gonna happen. I can tell. We'll just hold up the Seek the Beast, I think. Trying to sort of race him. I'm assuming you're gonna fight Pia Nalaar. Resolve. Sure. Don't have as many options now, but for some reason he's still not attacking. Wild. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. Questing Druid. Overgrown Farmland. Oh, I was supposed to play Pia Nalaar first. Oh, my dingy. I am such a dingy. Swing in with my Thopters. End the turn. Got a couple different options now. If he kills our Pia, we can get it back with Woodland Acolyte. Oh god. The end on Questing Druid. Don't like that. Well, since it's exiling, I think what I do is I hit Research Desk first, and if I manage to run into one, I can set it aside and prevent it from being exiled in response. No dice. Toss with Dread Knight. He's still not swinging. I don't know why, though. So we'll start with this. Play this. Do I attempt to swing with the Questing Druid? I think I do. Because we can Heartflame Duelist in response. Yeah, that seems strong. Kill this Questing Druid, which makes it a 5/5, and then kills the Fawn's Bane. And then I play Light Shield Array for free, get triggers, get a chump blocker, and then I play the Research Desk before it goes away. And now I've got 2 chump blockers, so I can't die. I think I've actually successfully caught up. Two, 4, 5. He's just gonna try to replay Shieldred. Just that. I'm not wasting my value so that you can just replay Shieldred. Instead, I'm gonna do some ridiculous shit. Some absolutely ridiculous shit. Do we have a way of... No, we don't.
Now I have a machine gun.
Two.
Ho.
Yes.
Ho.
Here comes the machine gun.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Watch this. Oh my god. Let them come. Let them come. sure. Yeah, let's go. Hold on. We'll do some of this. We'll do some of this. We'll do some of that. We'll also do some of that, and then we'll go like that, and we'll go like that. Hello. Go on, play your other Shieldred. Do what you gotta do. We're gonna get back our Gobakhan with the Woodland Acolyte. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.